Alright, what it is, Daniacs? We doing a dark light check-in for you. And I think I told this story once or twice, but I erased it and didn't upload it. But I think this is important enough to make a little vlog about. Just some personal shit. I do what I want up in Dane's channel. This is my channel, goddammit. So I just recently had a $500 lesson in what a piece of shit friend looks like. Okay, so let me break it down for you. I've been living out here off grid in the woods for fucking years, man. For years. I had a different property for a handful of years, and then I moved here to this property a couple years ago. I don't have a house up yet. I have a house started, but it is not quite finished yet. Okay, and I've been hanging out with this dude for a handful of years. Not anymore, and you'll see why after the story, but I did call him my best friend for a handful of years, which looking back on makes me question my judgment. But so anyway, this dude for years, like honestly, the fact that I kept hanging out with him says more about me than him. But he would invite me over, right? Then after I was there for a little bit, he'd make snide little fucking comments like he didn't want me there or something, you know. He'd say shit like, man, wouldn't it be nice? Don't you wish you had a house? I'm like, yeah, I wish I had a house. Like, yeah, man, me too. Like implying he didn't want me there or something. And so I quit hanging out with him as much over that shit. I got tired of hearing snide fucking comments. It's like, say what you fucking mean, dude, you know? So anyway, this dude's like, hey man, my son's moving and he's got this travel trailer. It's a nice travel trailer you'd like, and that way you'd have something to stay in. He's like, it's $500. It's a good price for it. It's in good condition. It's got one little spot on it that has water damage. And I'm like, okay, well, that's cool. But with that same $500, I could get my house finished off. He's like, well, yeah, man, you could, but you could also get this trailer. And, it's a nice trailer and it's a whole house on wheels ready to go. And so he's like, okay, so it was his son's trailer, but his ex had like she owned it. It was her trailer, but his son was using it pretty much. And he pressured me to go ahead and pay for it, man. She needs the money. Go ahead and pay for it. Don't worry, it's a good trailer. So y'all are seeing the problem already, right? Never fucking put money down on something that you didn't look at, right? So based solely on the word of my friend here who orchestrated this whole deal, my friend, right? I went and paid this bitch. And then a couple hours later, I went to go pick the trailer up. It looked fine from the outside, right? Dude opens the door to show me the trailer, and there's just roaches on top of roaches. Like, not just one type of roaches. It was like 3 or 4 different types of roaches. Fuck, this is one of the worst roach infestations I've ever seen. And as soon as I walk in this thing, I'll walk right the fuck out. And I'm like, nope, that ain't going to work for me. Y'all keep this motherfucker. I ain't touching it. I ain't bringing a roach hotel to my goddamn property, dude. And so I went to get my money back. And they're like, nope, you ain't getting your money back. You ain't getting your money back. You wanted it. There you go. Take it. It's yours. I'm like, motherfucker, no one told me it was a roach hotel. And, So right away I went back to the guy that set me up with this deal, right? And I'm like, yo, man, you need to get with your lady and tell me to give me my money back. Your ex. And he's like, you ain't telling me what I need to do, and why are you acting like I'm in the middle of it? Oh, why I'm acting like you're in the middle of it? Okay, it's not like you didn't set this whole deal up or anything. It's not like you didn't pressure me to pay for it without seeing it or anything. But now all of a sudden you're not in the middle of it, right? And So to complicate matters worse, for the last couple months, I had been, my brakes totally went out in my car. I was driving it like that for almost a fucking year, for like 10 months or something. I was driving my car with no brakes, zero fucking brakes. I had the engine brake, where you gear down a little bit, so that would just kind of slow you down. It wouldn't stop you. So I was driving like that for months, dude. And this guy said, well, I can't afford my van. I'm going to have to give it back. But I noticed you need a vehicle. If you just make the payments on it, you can have it. So I was driving the van and making payments on it for a couple months. And But then after he fucked me over on this trailer thing, he's like, "Nah, man, it's cool. Just pay off the van. You can have it." I'm like, "Well, how am I supposed to trust your fucking word now?" you know, how am I supposed to trust your word now? So I'm not gonna get this van paid off and it's in his name, and he's gonna be like, "Oh, well, it's in my name. It's mine." How am I supposed to trust his fucking word? He just totally fucked me on this deal, $500 for this trailer, right? And there was like another $1,200 or so owed on the van. So I got a couple jobs done. I got a little bit of money up. I do concrete and masonry. And so I started looking around for another vehicle for about $1,000. And I found this car I'm in right now. It's a little Chevy Aveo. It was hours away up in Missouri, and I had to pay someone to drive up there with me and pick it up. And it was like an all-day thing. It was like 3 or 4 hours away. So I get back to Mountain Home to drop this lady off who went out there with me. And I should have just fucking passed out in my car in the van in her driveway. That's what I ended up doing anyway. But on the way home, whenever I start getting really tired driving, man, I start fucking... It gets dangerous, man. I get narcoleptic and shit. I've almost died a bunch of times in the last couple years driving home tired. Just tired. So I was driving home tired, dude, swerving a little bit. Cops pulled me over. I got a video up of it. So long story short, I get a DUI for driving tired. I'm fighting that in court right now. And I handled that totally wrong. I could have walked out of there with no charges if I handled that better, but I let these cops intimidate me, right? Which is what they do. They're fucking bullies. They are human traffickers. They are intimidators. They are the liars, and they want to go around gaslight and say, "You need to tell me the truth." Like, motherfucker, you are trained to lie. Cops are legally allowed to lie, and they are liars. Like, that doesn't mean everything that comes out their mouth is a lie, but that means that they have a legal foothold over. They are legally allowed to lie to you, but you are not legally allowed to lie to them. Rules for thee, not for me. That's some tyranny shit. But the duty, the activity that cops are actively involved in is human trafficking. Okay, so I got human trafficked that night. I got taken, which is also extortion. Roadside extortion and human trafficking, right? So I got extorted and human trafficked that night, and people normalize this. They're like, "Oh, no, cops are here to help us." Oh yeah, well, tell that to them, because to them the number one thing for them is cop safety, and not pedestrian safety. Number one thing for a cop is cop safety. They'll all tell you that. Number one thing, they will let a whole school full of kids get shot up without doing shit about it. For cop safety. So don't capitulate to this lie that cops are here for you. No, they are here to express the government's will to you. They are not here to help the people. That they are here to facilitate exacting the government's will over the people. It is extortion and human trafficking is their job. So anyway, luckily I called up this chick, and the one that drove and got this car for me, and she came out and got the van. I had the van full of most of my dogs. I had 7 dogs in there, and they were about to, take the van, impound it, send all my fucking dogs to the pound. I would have had to pay each individually to get them out. After they stole my fucking dogs from me, I was gonna have to pay them to get them out. Luckily, it didn't come to this, because that lady came out and got my van full of dogs. And all I got to say about that is these fucking cops are lucky. These cops are lucky that lady came out and got my fucking dogs. Because if I lost my whole family over that, then they would have answered for that for sure. They would have answered for that. And cops need to stop being so... they just like feel like they have the right to violate your rights. They have the right to human traffic you. They have the right to extort you at the roadside with their fear bully tactics. And they're going to find out that the people are not going to stand for that. And the cops will want to fall back and say, "Oh, I don't have responsibility for that. I was just doing my job as I was taught to do it." But there comes a point where you will individually have to take responsibility for that, for extorting people, for human trafficking people. You will fuck with the wrong mother. You're gonna end up taking someone's family away from them that's not gonna appreciate that, and their family is all they have to live for. And once you take that away, you're gonna invite some fucking some shit upon your own fucking life, cops. You are. So, luckily for those cops, this lady was able to come out and get my dogs so they didn't all go to the pound and get taken away from me, because I didn't have enough money to get them all out. It took almost all the money I had just to get myself out that night. Luckily, I had a little bit of money tucked away. But that took all my money. That was my mortgage payment. So now I'm late on my mortgage, and I had to use like my last $100 to get this car legal. Now this fucking guy that fucked me over on this trailer, he's given me a few signs before, but this was like a big waving flag. But he's definitely given me some signs before that he was a piece of shit friend. But that was, if I kept messing with him after that, then I deserve any fucking that I got after that. Like when it becomes obviously apparent that someone is not a true friend, you know, people will tell you who they are, and you listen to them when they tell you. Like same thing with bitches. Bitches will tell you who they are. They will say snide little things that let you know that they don't respect you. You listen to that when they tell you that. And see, the power and the duty of a man is in saying no and setting boundaries. Okay, that is the power and duty of a man, which has been obfuscated and suppressed by the modern era, because that's all part of a plan to take away the power of a man and break up the family unit. And if you look around you in America, you will see that all around us, that they have actively trying to take away the power of men and actively trying to break up the family unit. There's multiple tactics that they're using to break up the family unit, because a bond between a man and woman that love each other is very strong. So they have to come up with all kinds of societal factors and tactics and strategies in order to break that bond, in order to degrade and erode that bond. Okay, and we see this playing out in the society around us now over here. The new American dream is to get the fuck out of America. For me, I want to get the fuck out of America. That's the new American dream. Is to get whatever wealth you can, just enough to get the fuck out of America, dude. It's fucking bullshit. So that's just a quick little vlog. Well, adding to the story though, so right after he fucked me out of this $500 for this trailer, they're like, "Oh, just go pick it up. We'll just bomb it. Just do the roach bombs. It'll be fine." It's like, motherfucker, I'm sure someone tried to bomb it before, and obviously that shit did not work. You know, roach infestation that fucking bad. They are all up inside the goddamn walls, dude. They are all up in every bit of the bones of that structure. And if I brought that out here to my property, I live out here in the woods. That's what roaches like anyways, woods. So it would have been super hard to get rid of them. And I was like, fuck the fuck no. Because with that saving $500, I could have got my little 12 by 12 shed house sealed off, you know, good enough for the winter, for that same $500. And so I've been kicking myself in the ass for making that decision every single goddamn night as I've been sleeping in this fucking uncomfortable ass car. I got my house half finished over there, and when it's decent weather, I'll sleep in the hammock. I got it, and I never slept so good. That hammock is comfy as fuck, but it's been so damn cold lately that that ain't working. You know, it's got a tarp roof over the thing. The wind's blowing all through it. But for that $500, I could have got my roof and some basic ass walls up, you know, enough to seal it off for the winter and throw a little wood stove in there. So goddamn, I've been kicking myself in the ass every single day after that, and just making sure I learn my lesson of what a piece of shit fucking friend looks like, dude. And then motherfucker was trying to gaslight me. Ultimately, it is my fault that I got fucked out of that $500, but it's my fault because I trusted the word of a friend. And then his word doesn't mean shit to him, because right away he starts backpedaling. "Oh, it ain't got nothing to do with me. I ain't in the middle of it." I was like, motherfucker, I never would have paid money for something without looking at it if the person, you know, if it wasn't based on the word of someone that I trusted. And you have proven my trust displaced. So when people tell you who they are, fucking listen to them, man. Listen to them, because people will rat on themselves without even knowing it. And you have to be perceptive enough to pick up on that and be like, yeah, okay, yeah, fuck that motherfucker. So better late than never, right? Better late than never as far as learning lessons, as far as what a piece of shit friend looks like. But I'm just doing my thing. I got a couple jobs, concrete jobs, coming at me for after the holidays. I'm hoping it's after Christmas and not just after New Year's, because that'll be a whole nother fucking week. But hopefully I'll have some stuff to jump on right after Christmas. And I got a hearing tomorrow over my fucking license. It's just a hearing with the DMV. It's not the court hearing. I got court over it January, halfway through January. But yeah, so I mean, fucking my life up with a false DUI. That's one thing. But these motherfuckers were also trying to get my whole family taken away from me. And that would have been a whole nother deal, dude. That would have been a whole nother deal. Motherfuckers are lucky I'm trying to live a good karma life. Motherfuckers are, that's all I'll say about it. Motherfuckers are lucky I'm trying to live a good karma life. And I'm just going to leave that shit fucking behind me, because I wouldn't have been able to do that if they took my whole family from me. People ask me, why do you got so many dogs, Dane? I got, 14 right now. Every single one of my dogs is a reason for me to live. Every single one of my dogs is a friend and family. I don't have friends and family. And I only have these handful of reasons to live. So cops need to think about that when they think that they have the right to go around taking people's family from them. They really need to think about that. Because you could be the cop that says, hey, I have the right to just extort this person. I have the right to human traffic this person. I have the right to take this person's entire family. I have the right for that. The divine state mandated right to do that. That's fine. You can think that, cop. But you're going to fuck with the wrong motherfucker that's not going to forget your name and not going to forget your face, and they will track your ass down. You guys need to watch out. You're going to fuck with the wrong motherfuckers sometimes. So I'm just saying, think about that. Think about that. Yeah, sure. You have the power when you got your buddies around in the blue, but everyone wanders in the darkness, okay? Everyone wanders alone when they don't have their buddies around. Everyone has times of vulnerability. And you need to treat your fellow man with respect. And if you do not, that disrespect will come back upon you, is all I'll say about that. You're lucky I'm trying to live a good karma life. So anyway, that's what's been going on with me. I got to get caught up on my mortgage. As soon as I get some extra money, I can get, that $500 to get my house kind of finished up, good enough for the winter. I know we're going to have at least a couple weeks of like 0 degrees. We have that every year for at least a week or two. We'll just get blasted with a fucking 0 to 10 degrees week, and that'll really suck to do in my car. I do have a little old travel trailer that I did the last couple winters in, and it just needs a little bit of, like, I got to plastic up the windows and just get a little propane heater. That way I got a warm little space to move around in instead of just a car, but I'm living like a hobo on my own property, essentially, that my 14 dogs, that's a house payment essentially to feed them. So that's why I don't have a house yet. So just feeding them comes first, and anything extra goes towards whatever I'm working on. So I don't, they call it a first world country, right? That's what America's supposed to be, but it's looking a lot more third world everywhere you go. I can't make enough money to both take care of my dogs and take care of myself fully, and it's like that for a lot of people. A lot of people have 2 incomes coming in and still can't make their goddamn rent. And still don't have enough to take care of themselves fully. That's a common thing, and that's not accident. That is by design. They are trying to make a poor class. Well, I mean, they're also criminalizing aspects of the poor class, because when you become so poor where you can't keep up with all these massive accumulating bills, and you start wanting to live in your car or live in a van or live in an RV, now they're coming after those people who are just trying to make it and trying to get out of the crushing weight of all kinds of bills they can't handle. They are coming after those people. That is not freedom. That is not freedom. That is a police state closing in around you. That is a prison planet with bars cropping up all around you. And we need to tap into our spirit of freedom and peaceful protest. And all these fucking leftists running around saying, "Oh, we peace." See, don't disrespect a peaceful protest by calling an unpeaceful protest a peaceful protest. Because the big difference in a peaceful protest is that no matter what happens, you make a stark commitment, a extreme commitment to peace. That is the difference between a peaceful protest and a non-peaceful protest. In a peaceful protest, no matter what goes on, you make sure to maintain your peaceful sovereignty, okay? And so when you got all these leftists running around saying, "Oh, they were it's a peaceful protest," and obviously wasn't. You got people rioting, you got people looting, you got people hurting each other, and then you got motherfuckers just standing by watching it all happen. That's not a peaceful protest, y'all. And whoever is trying to conflate the two is contributing to the problem, not contributing to the solution. What else? I mean, that's the basics. That's the basics, man. I've been super depressed because I haven't been able to afford vocal lessons. I've only been able to afford, two. I've only had 2 lessons like in the last 8 months since I decided to work on my vocals. I can't make shit for progress on my own. I paid for a 3rd lesson, but I missed it 3 times because I just wasn't able to make it. I should have pushed it back an hour or something. Just I couldn't make it in time. Shit was happening. That's when I was driving my car with no brakes and shit, and I gotta be out here on my property in a certain spot to where I can make a bunch of noise. I can't just practice my vocals anywhere. That's another good thing actually having my house, because once I build my house, I'm gonna have like a little room that's sealed off with all the acoustic fucking baffles or fucking sound muffles or whatever. I'm gonna have a room just for doing my vocals in once I get my house going. But you know, I come from a family of non-singers, and but I realize that a lot of people aren't born great. There are some people that born great singers, but those people that are born great singers, they will only stay a mediocre singer unless they put the work in to develop their voice. And there's techniques and practice behind all that. So, but I just got to have a coach to work me through it, because I don't know what's good, what's bad, you know, if when and where I did it right, and to what degree, or any of that shit. It's really hard to navigate all by yourself. So there's a couple. I just got to get my lessons going again. I'll feel a lot better about that, because I got some amazing songs. Oh, and also I had a great conversation with Grok for my first time a few days ago, and I went and printed up that whole damn conversation, and I've had more since then. But basically Grok was I'm going to use the bulk of that conversation as the core basis for one of the first books I want to write, which will be the big beautiful book of defiance of the broken theology of Abraham and dark light theology. So that'll be my introductory book on my theology, and then I wanted to write another book all about my poetry. I got some bomb ass poems, yo. Bomb ass poems. So yeah, I guess that's about it. I am the brightest night, I am the darkest light, and I am ascending, as are we all. The dark light is upon you. Stay beautiful, motherfuckers.